Hey, you. Thank you for tuning in. We've been waiting for you. Welcome to the Childcare Director's Chair podcast, where we tackle the toughest challenges childcare leaders are facing. And in today's episode, we're going to talk about something that so many of you are struggling with right now, and that is engaging your staff when they just don't seem interested anymore. And if you've been noticing a lack of enthusiasm, drive, or initiative from your team, guess what? You're not alone. Many directors are feeling frustrated and at a loss as they try to motivate their staff in an era where burnout is high and the expectations are sky high. The workforce is feeling overburdened as you, as the director, are likely feeling disconnected from the very team you rely on. And in this episode, we're going to go deep into the issue as to why staff disengagement is happening. What's at the heart of the problem? And most importantly, what high-level strategies you can implement to reignite your team's passion and build a culture of support and enthusiasm. So, as Matthew McConaughey would say, all right, let's get started. Understanding the core of staff disengagement. Why staff disengagement is so low right now? Well, let's take a step back and try to understand why this disengagement is happening in the first place. It's very easy to assume that the workforce is just quote unquote lazy or they just don't care. I know I've heard that before, but the reality is far more complex. There are several contributing factors that directors need to consider. If you've been wondering why your staff seems indifferent or reluctant, it might be time to rethink your perspective. Some key factors behind staff disengagement include burnout and overwork. Staff, my friends, are exhausted. This is a burnout culture issue. Teachers are asked to do so much more with so much less, especially in the face of high turnover rates, large classroom sizes, and the emotional tolls that become right in front of you when working with children in childcare. You might be expecting your staff to perform at their very best levels while juggling difficult behavior management, emotional labor, and administrative tasks, all with minimal support. It's a lot to handle, guys. And unfortunately, burnout leads to disengagement. But here's the tricky part. Staff might not be able to express how they feel. They could be numbed out because they're overwhelmed, and you might just interpret that as indifferent or lazy. Many staff members feel they don't have the tools or support that they need to do their jobs effectively. If your teachers are struggling with behavior management but don't have sufficient professional development, or if they're handling a disproportionate number of children with special needs without adequate staff support or additional support staff, they're going to feel stuck and frustrated. Disengagement often arises because your staff simply doesn't know how to meet the expectations without burning out. As directors, we often have high expectations. We're focused on quality of care. We're focused on compliance and meeting regulatory standards, and we're pushing for excellence. However, staff often feel like those expectations are unrealistic, given the current resources and the workload. When there's a disconnect between what the administrators think is possible and what the staff is able to deliver, it creates tension and resentment. This can often lead to disengagement because they feel unsupported and unheard. In many childcare centers, staff feel unrecognized for the hard work that they do. Sure, they get praise here or there, but for the most part, the rewards are far and few between. And when staff members feel like they're putting in a lot of effort but getting little in return, whether it's financially, emotionally, or professionally, they start to disengage. Additionally, if staff see no clear career path or growth opportunities they'll start to question their investment in your center. They might feel like they've hit a dead end, and the lack of forward momentum can lead to lack of motivation. Now, understand that there are core issues that we've just dived into. Have some high-level strategies that can help you engage your staff more. You can get them to effectively and more efficiently get reinvested into your center's mission. These aren't surface level fixes, but rather more meaningful structural changes that can result in real long-term improvements. Here we go. Get out your pen. Number 1, let them take ownership. One of the out-of-the-box strategies is to give your staff a sense of ownership over certain aspects of your childcare center. This could be the physical space. It could be specific programs, or even roles that directly affect the center's day-to-day operations. Ownership, whether it's a particular area of the curriculum, a special event, or upkeep of a specific classroom, can instill pride and accountability. Consider allowing your staff to co-create policies or lead innovative projects. For instance, you could have a monthly staff-led initiative, such as a parent engagement program or an environmentally sustainable project, where staff get to propose, design, and implement the program themselves. They can take ownership, you provide support, and in turn, the level of engagement skyrockets. This strategy isn't about simply delegating, it's about giving them the authority and influence to shape their work environment. Talk about being plugged in. You can also establish an internal childcare exchange program or cross-center learning. If you have multiple locations, or if you even connected with other centers in your area, you could create a cross-center exchange program. This is a unique and engaging way to break up the monotony and bring fresh ideas to the table. Staff can rotate between different classrooms or locations, shadowing their peers, learning from one another, and bringing back fresh insights into their own classrooms. Not only does this foster a sense of community, but it gives staff a chance to step outside of their comfort zone and rejuvenate them by experiencing a new environment. If you only have one location, consider partnerships with nearby childcare centers. A shadowing day or a short-term assignment at a partnering center can give your staff a change of pace, new perspectives, and renewed enthusiasm. Now, there are lots of training facilities that have classes that are done in cohorts. That might be a great way to do it too, where you're getting other ideas from other programs that aren't the same recycled ones that you're using year after year. You could introduce micro retreats for your staff to recharge and refocus. Ask yourself, how often does your team get a chance to disconnect from the daily grind and just focus on themselves? It's time to consider organizing micro retreats for your staff, short, powerful getaways or off-site events that allow them to recharge both mentally and physically. These don't have they don't have to be elaborate, they don't have to be expensive, but they should be designed with fostering, bonding, reflection, and re-engagement. Micro retreats could be a day-long excursion where staff participate in activities that build connection, foster creativity, such as nature hikes or art workshops or cooking classes. Anything that gets them out of the classroom into nature or a new space for the day. The goal isn't just to have fun, it's to give them a moment to step back, to rethink their roles, and return to work with a fresh perspective. Plus, they'll appreciate the effort that you're putting into supporting their well-being. I have to tell you, I'm closing down my center on Friday. My staff, who are TAs, my lead teachers, they have the day off. They can unplug. They can do whatever they'd like to do for the day. They have the day off. It's a recharge day. My admins are going to the leadership day at the Early Childhood Empowerment Conference. And it's tomorrow, really. And it's going to give them a chance to, have that day off. Saturday, they're coming to the full day conference as a group, as a team. They're going to learn together. They're going to laugh together. They're going to see a comedy show with Jay Yoder on Friday night. Saturday, they're going to get to collaborate with other childcare leaders and teachers and all different levels, if you will. They're going to get to go on a podcast if they want. They're going to get to connect with 50 vendors. They're just going to have a great time. And then on Sunday, we're going to the spa together. And again, bonding time has nothing to do with work. It just has to do with taking care of our self-health, and coming together as a group. I'm super happy to be able to do that for my team. The following week, folks, we have National Teacher Appreciation Week. Don't drop the ball. Directors that are listening, don't drop the ball. I don't care if you have a budget of $10 per teacher. I promise you can do something very meaningful. So make sure you do. Be intentional. Here's another thing you could do. Gamifying the work environment. Make work fun. What if we took the concept of gamifying and applied it to a daily routine of childcare centers? Gamifying work can infuse a sense of fun and competition, making daily tasks more engaging. For example, create a point system where staff can earn points for various accomplishments, such as a positive parent feedback board or milestone achievements, or even helping each other out. The points could lead to rewards like extra time off, small perks, even a staff leaderboard for those who excel in collaboration or innovation. This approach doesn't have to just apply to goals. It can also just extend to creating staff challenges. Have friendly contests where staff compete in areas like creativity, like creating the best new activity, or leadership, maybe the best group collaboration, or even problem solving, like finding new ways to streamline a process. Maybe it's your call-out process that we talked about at the beginning of the week. But this fosters a sense of healthy competition, it boosts morale, and it transforms mundane tasks into something more fun and engaging. Even in the morning, maybe you do something where you have a crossword puzzle and you flip it over, and before you open, maybe it's whoever finishes this crossword puzzle, the first will win, coffee and a donut. It doesn't really matter. But just something fun. If you have morning team meetings, that's a great place to gamify some of your communications. You also want to leverage reverse mentoring, learning from your younger generation. One of the out-of-the-box ideas is to set up reverse mentoring system, because typically the mentors are your older, more experienced individuals, but reverse mentoring flips that model. And in this case, the younger, newer staff members can offer fresh perspectives and innovative ideas to veteran educators and directors. I think this is a dynamic way to encourage multiple levels of learning and mutual learning from each other. And it opens up conversation that wouldn't typically happen. The younger staff might bring ideas on technology, modern parenting trends, or even fresh teaching techniques that have been successful in their previous roles. As the director, you could also foster an environment where both veteran and new staff members feel empowered to share ideas, reducing that hierarchy that just drives me crazy, those barriers that often contribute to that disengagement. So there you have it. There are some out-of-the-box strategies that go above the typical approaches that most childcare centers try. From creating a sense of ownership and collaboration, to job rotations, to fostering an emotionally supportive environment through restorative practices. These ideas are designed to address the core issues of disengagement in meaningful and impactful ways. As childcare directors, it's so important that we rethink how we engage our teams and create environments of care, not just for the children, but for our staff as well. Yes, it's going to take time and effort, but the payoff could be monumental. And I said that wrong. Monumental for your center's success. Thank you as always for joining the Childcare Director's Chair podcast. We hope that these strategies inspire you to try something new and reignite that spark within your staff. If you've already tried some of these or have some other innovative ideas, we'd love to hear from you. Share your thoughts and experiences with us, and don't forget to subscribe, and so you never miss an episode. Until next time, let's continue to build the future of childcare with care and creativity. This is Erica Scotia tuning out. Have a great day.